Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we are going to take this Decoy Core 3 that has a push 11 coil in the back, and we're gonna get Springtech's newest product and put coil in the front. So we can have a nice coil balanced bike. Rather than having air in the front and coil in the back, we're gonna go coil, coil. So stay tuned and check out how it goes. Hey Mike, can you give me an audio check?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I think it's good. All right, what's up everybody? I am back here at Gravity Bikes out in Fullerton, California. I got Mike right here with me, and what we are doing today is we're upgrading the Decoy. Now when I got the Decoy, I had a push 11 put on this bike, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna convert the front to a coil, and I'll have Michael tell you exactly what's happening up here in the front.
So what we've got is a coil conversion kit. There's a couple of companies that make some coil conversion kits. But there's really only been one big name that still works with this, the Fox 38. Push no longer makes or doesn't make a compatible system for the 38. So I kind of stepped in and I've actually invented a coil conversion that works with most of the forks out there, and the 38 is one of the ones that it works with. One of the things that makes mine a little bit unique is that it has adjustable progression, whereas the normal coil systems are linear until maybe the very end, the last 20% is going to be progressive. So that's where the Smash Pod is just the last 20% is progressive. And one of the things we were getting is that people were complaining that early in the mid-stroke, the fork would start to dive a little bit more than they liked. And so we built a coil system that gives you all the benefits of coil, but it's progressive throughout the entire stroke, similar to the way an air system would feel as far as that progression. However, with all of the small bump compliance and reduced friction benefits of a coil system. So that's what we have put inside of this Fox 38 here.
And when you put something like that in there, it looks completely stock.
Yes.
Which is very cool. It's like camouflaged in there.
Yeah, so this is one of the things we wanted to do is make it so it didn't stand out at all. It's totally a sleeper system that's inside of there. So it's one of those deals. We kind of took that old muscle car kind of thing where you have a sleeper motor in it.
Nice.
This is sleeper suspension.
I love it.
In your fork. So.
And Mike's invention, what are you going to call this?
Yeah, this is going to be called the Springtech. So it's kind of going to go along with my company Speedtech. It's going to be a subdivision called Springtech to go along with it. Yep, so right now these are going to be available exclusively through Gravity Bicycles in Fullerton. Eventually we will have a new website that allows you to purchase them and get them shipped to you. But right now they're going to be sold exclusively through Gravity Bicycles.
Awesome, awesome. Well, with the new conversion on the front, now it's time to do the setup. All right, Mike, so we got the...
We're starting with sag on the rear.
Okay.
So first thing we have you do is throw your leg over the bike and have a seat. All right, feet up on the pedals, make sure we're off the brake because brakes will cause the suspension to seize up. All right, so go ahead and just have a seat right there. Head up like we're heading, looking forward. Good, I'm gonna reach down and adjust our little bumper. All right, very gently put a foot on the ground and stand up and off the bike.
So just a change level.
Perfect. Handy measuring tool here. Let's see where we're at.
So what are we looking for there, Mike? Like a 30%, 25%?
So we're looking at roughly, yeah, typically on these, we'll be looking somewhere between roughly 28 to 30%
Okay.
in sag. Close.
Hey, you've done this a couple times, huh?
A couple times.
So Mike, when you're clicking that blue.
Yeah, so this one here, this is high-speed compression, that one's low-speed compression. I'm counting the amount of clicks that are available, and then giving us a good starting point to start with for a reference point for a baseline. Typically in push, you're in the 32 to 33 click range. All right, and we're making notes all the way along here, so that we always know where we're at.
So there's like a dial on top of the dial.
Yeah, one's low-speed compression and one's high-speed compression.
Got it. And then what's the silver one?
So the way push systems work is they give you an opened and a closed setting, basically, or like a climb type setting. In the e-bike, we're not going to be too worried about the climb setting. We're primarily going to be focusing on this setting here, which is more of your open setting. But this guy here has the same high speed and low speed adjustments on this silver, which is your kind of closed more closed compression settings for how firm you want your pedal system to be. So on an e-bike, we pretty much run things mostly open. We're not really going to be too worried about super tight pedal efficiency.
Yeah.
We don't need to close it up like an XC bike. We want a much more active suspension on an e-bike majority of the time. So we're going to focus primarily with this guy here and not stand on the pedals this time.
Sorry, I keep pushing the brake.
Yeah. All right, now go ahead and stand up. All right, very gently have a seat on the bike. Put a foot on the ground and up and off the bike. I'm not too worried if we're a little bit less in the front because, again, the coils are linear, pretty much right there.
And Mike, what's the benefit for people that are wondering, the benefit of going from air to coil?
Yeah, so one of the big benefits of going from air to coil is you eliminate a lot of stiction that is associated with an air shock. You have to overcome a certain amount of seal stiction or resistance, if you will, caused by pressurized air seals. And you eliminate that by going with a coil. Every time a shock needs to compress or change directions, there's that certain amount of friction that has to be overcome from a pressurized seal. And so a coil makes the suspension a lot more active, which makes the tires stick to the ground a lot better typically. It'll give you a lot better bump compliance, small bump compliance. You'll get a lot better traction, especially on an e-bike. It'll be noticeable in the improvement in traction on the rear. In the front, you'll get a lot more grip from cornering, especially is where a lot of guys will notice it, as well as just chunky sections in general. The front end will just be a lot smoother, so a lot less kind of vibrations and harshness typically comes through your suspension. So it really just smooths out your overall ride.
All right, what's up next, Mike?
All right, so next we're going to do a quick dial in a front rebound, and then we're going to head outside and we're going to test the suspension.
Ooh, one of my favorite parts.
I don't know. I can't. All right, so if you remember the drill, what we're going to do is we're going to start over by that row of cars there and roll back over to that wall, and you're going to be rolling back and forth, and you're going to bounce on the suspension, and we're going to test and make sure that the bike is balanced basically for this test, but you're just going to bounce, and then once the suspension is completely stopped moving, you can go ahead and bounce again. You should get 3, maybe 4 bounces per trip, and just keep running trips until I call you over. I'm going to call you over either to make an adjustment, or I'm happy with what I see and we're ready to move on to the next phase. All right, good. I like the balance. That looks good. So we're going to start with those as our baseline settings.
Okay.
All right. So the first thing we're going to have you do is we're going to start out by the sidewalk, and you're going to ride towards the shop as fast as you can. And then we're going to make a little bit of a left-hand turn here, and you're going to come across the curb, over the rock, and off the curb. Now, I know in real life, normally we're going to just jump over that as soon as we hit the first curb, but we're only interested in what the suspension's going to do here. So I want you to just smash straight through this and let the suspension just swallow it up and go as fast as you can.
Okay, gotcha. Oh my gosh, that feels so much smoother.
Go ahead and hit it faster.
Holy cow. Oh my goodness. That is the craziest thing I've ever felt. It feels so smooth.
Just swallows everything, doesn't it?
Holy cow, I'm bracing for like a big jolt and it's smooth.
Yeah.
Wow. This is amazing. Oh my God. This is amazing.
All right, so the next thing we're gonna have you do is you're gonna come in off of the sidewalk. So you'll go out to the sidewalk over by the Euclid sign. We're gonna run this whole way through this log run.
Yeah. Woo! Insane.
Okay, how's that feel?
It's freaking amazing. It like keeps that so plush.
Just planted.
Gosh. Oh my God.
All right. So now we got our high-speed chatter kind of stuff set up. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little G-out test, and then we're going to do about a 3.5 foot hook to flat.
Okay.
And that'll give us kind of a jump and drop test.
So fun.
I can't believe how smooth. This is my first time having both coil in the front and back, and it is so smooth. When you first come into the chatter, it just eats everything up.
All right, so we're just rolling it the first couple of times. I want to see both tires staying stuck to the stairs the whole way down. Go as fast as you're comfortable, still staying in contact with the stairs.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll let you send it.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so smooth. I can't believe that, Mike. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
All right, let's go one more time and then we'll let you send it.
Okay.
All right, this time we're gonna go ahead and send it.
Okay. How's it looking?
Looks pretty good. Go ahead and do one more time.
Okay, it feels really good. Oh my gosh.
Yep, so it looks good. We got a pretty good little drop there, hook to flat. We still got a little bit left to use on the front for some of those bigger hits. So I think we're pretty happy with where that is. If you do by chance find yourself bottoming out, one of the advantages of the system is you can add a couple of PSI, I'd say up to 10 pounds.
Okay.
You could add to the fork here, and that'll just give you a little bit more progression. Right now there's zero, there's none in there.
Nice.
It's just the spring, but it is sealed off, airtight, so you can add up to 10 PSI. We've eliminated this air seal, this air piston here. Mark's commentating on how smooth the ride feels.
So smooth.
And what happens is you've eliminated a pressurized seal. In most cases, you're getting close to 100 PSI of this seal here inside of this tube. And anytime the shock has to change directions, it has to overcome the stiction or friction that's associated with this seal being pressurized. And so that's where the coil has the advantage, is it doesn't have to overcome any of that stiction or friction that's associated with a pressurized air seal. So it just makes the suspension a lot more active and able to swallow the terrain that's on the road, giving you a lot more grip.
All right, everybody, that has been the coil conversion here at Gravity Bicycles with Michael Boon and with Springtech, and this is exclusively only here at Gravity Bikes. Michael, can you tell them exactly, if people want to jump in and get the front fork conversion,
Yep.
What's the best way for them to do it?
Best way for you to do that is to contact us here at Gravity Bicycles. We've got these in stock and ready to go for most of the forks out there currently right now. Just reach out to us at the shop and we can schedule an appointment to bring it in and get these installed for you. Usually we're looking at about a 1 to 2 day turnaround once you bring it in to get it back out to you.
All right, guys, you've seen the setup. You've seen what it looks like for the suspension work, for the kit conversion. MSRP on this is not bad at all. $210 for the kit, and I went ahead and added the suspension setup to this whole package too. Suspension setup, you can probably get that on the same day like we did today.
Yeah, usually we recommend we just schedule that upon pickup of the bike.
That's been it, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. The Springtech technology is in the front fork exclusively here at
Gravity Bicycles.
See you guys soon. See ya.
Told you.